Yeah, I went for the fart joke. The Wolverine. Starring, of course, Mr. Hugh Jackman and directed by James Mangold. Yeah, I would say the other cast, but odds are you don't know who they are. But yes, Hugh Jackman returns back as Wolverine, of course, because if I had to choose of when it comes to superheroes perfectly casted, I would say Hugh Jackman is at the top of the list. This time around, this Wolverine that's going on, it's not an origin story, it's not a sequel to Origins, it's actually a sequel to the third one. Wolverine has long since left that whole situation with the X-Men and everything like that. He's become a drifter, basically. He's become Hobo Wolverine, who looks like a hobo. Just don't fuck with him because he will slice you and dice you. So he's drifting around and he constantly has nightmares about past events. He constantly dreams about Jean Grey, of course, you know, how she turned into the Phoenix and then started really fucking shit up. He is then tracked down by this awesome samurai chick named Yukio or something like that, who her, I guess, grandfather is dying, and the grandfather is in fact somebody that Wolverine saved, which you see. He was like a soldier, and all of a sudden somebody just drops a huge nuclear bomb on this where they're at, and Wolverine protects this guy. So this guy feels like he needs to owe him a debt, I guess. So he's brought to where he's dying, and then he lets Wolverine know that he can end his eternal struggle of being, well, you know, immortal, basically, you know, because Wolverine can get shot. You could try to kill him, just ain't gonna happen, folks. Which can suck because you can love people and then they die and you're still the same. It's just, who wants that, right? I do. So then, of course, there's good guys, there's bad guys, and then there's, of course, the Silver Samurai, which you saw in the trailer, and that's pretty much it. We have ourselves a Wolverine flick. What did I think of the movie? I liked the movie. I wasn't saying it blew me away, not necessarily. It wasn't anything like, whoa, that was so awesome. It is better than the Origins, I will give it that, because simply, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's a different style of movie. It's nothing really like the Origins, you know? Or the Origins movie was very comic booky, very movie comic book like and everything. This one is not so much. The action scenes are great. The fight scenes are pretty awesome. They're choreographed very well. There's like no CG, at least the first fight scenes. Then of course we got the one on the train, the scene on the train. That is actually a very awesome scene. I'll give it that. That was an extremely awesome scene. And this movie is probably Wolverine at his best. They really capture Wolverine's character in this movie. Hugh Jackman does a great job. He just seems, you could tell he's a broken man. He's just struggling with, you know, with his mutation, I guess you could say. So then when he's finally given the option where he can get that mutation taken away, and then it kind of does, he has to cope with it, which is, you know, you've lived all these years just looking exactly the same. People have tried to kill you, but they can't. You know you can't die because you already had this mutation where you can... you already have this mutation where you can heal quickly and you really can't die, and then you have adamantium metal just singed to your bones so you make it even more destructive. I mean, yeah. But to have that slowly being taken away, that's what he has to really cope with. So you see his struggles. I mean, they really dig to the core of Wolverine. And Hugh Jackman, of course, knocks it out of the park. I mean, like I said, he's perfectly casted, and my God, does he just make you feel like a puny piece of shit. And he makes you feel girly, Jesus Christ. I walked out there like, I'm just not a man. I'm not a man. My gripes about the movie is a little slow-paced. A little slow-paced because there's just times where it's like, all right, yeah, we need a fight scene. Any day now. A little slow-paced, but they are really trying to establish what is going on. And they do it pretty well. And like I said, it wasn't very comic booky till like the end. You know, the last act, you know, obviously you're gonna have a big fight scene at the end. And then it kind of does get comic booky, which, you know, it's just the formula. You gotta have the big fight scene at the end. It's still good. I have no gripes about it. There's also just one other mutant in this movie, which is that chick. Her name is like Viper. She considers herself a viper because she's like a snake. She has a tongue and everything. She was pretty irrelevant, I thought, and kind of annoying. Didn't think they really needed her in it at all. She was, I mean, that her performance wasn't that great. She just seemed like they were like, you know, we have to have at least one Eller mutant in this, okay? So like put a girl with like a really like a snake tongue or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't really digging that, but overall it was a good movie. Go see it if you like Wolverine, if you like comic book movies, you'll enjoy this one. I rate it as, you know what, theater, keep my money. It's fine. It's good. Actually, you know what? I would actually like $1.25 back. There you go. Alright guys, hit that like, thumbs up button if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Well, I'm David, the Film Junkie, and this has been a film review of Wolverine. What'd you guys think of it? Let me know down below in the comments area. I downed a monster before I started shooting my videos today. I'm like weird and gassy. Not like the farty kind. Well, that just makes the beginning. Why am I still talking? Alright guys, talk to you later.